I'm gonna open it up. What is up, and welcome back to the YouTube channel, everybody. Hope everybody had a good holiday. I'm still just chilling, and it's gonna be a garage day today. But before I get to the video, I want you guys to know that my new t-shirt design, which will be right up here, has been released and is open for pre-order. So head over to MrEazyS10.com. You can pre-order it in a t-shirt or a hoodie. Now, the bad thing about it is I'm not going to stock hoodies, so if you don't pre-order one, you won't get a hoodie. But I will keep an inventory of t-shirts from small to 4XL. So if you guys see me at an event or whatever, you can get a shirt then. But to guarantee you getting a shirt, you have to go pre-order, because when I sell out of this design, I'm gonna make a new design. So this is, pre-order will lock in this design for you guys. It's really cool. Jacob over at Elite, he's always sponsored me, always helped me out, always pushed me to do better with myself in my life. And he come up with another sick design, and I hope you guys like it. It's right up here again. So if you guys have not went over to MrEazyS10.com and got that pre-order, go ahead and do that right now. And then we will get into what I have planned for today. So, like I said, I'm in the garage, and I have no vehicle in here besides this golf cart. So I bought this from an old customer of mine when I was delivering exhaust, and he had this laying around in his shop, and he said that I could buy it for said price, which was a really good price. I was like, sure, let's throw it in my back of my work van, and I'll take it home with me. So I ended up buying it. So from the research I've done on this, I still can't find the serial number on it. They say it's underneath the dash, but I can't find it wherever it is. But from my studies, research, it's either a 2001, 2, or 3 Colombian par car. So this thing come with an 8 horsepower Briggs & Stratton engine, which was a good little engine. We ended up blowing it up when we fed it 10 pounds of nitrous, which the bottle's hiding up back here. But we fed it 10 pounds of nitrous, that 8 horsepower Briggs & Stratton. And if you guys have not seen that video, go back a couple videos ago. It's in there. And the golf cart never really blew up. It would get so hot, the pistons would expand and stick to the piston skirts and lock up. And about 15 minutes after it would lock up, we'd be able to start it up again, and we'd be able to go again. So that being said, that motor was pretty much done for. So I ended up going online, and the new swap, they call these new swaps, they're big block swaps. A lot of people put those like 212 Predators in it. I ended up doing the big block swap. So what this essentially is it's a 18 horsepower, 440cc Duramax engine. So I ended up having to switch clutches because the old clutch was the same style, but it had an extra rib over here for the generator that kind of started the old motor and everything like that. So this is an electric start model. So pretty much all I really had to do was drill some holes into the motor plate that was already on it, because from the small block to the big block, the bolt patterns are a little bit different. So we drilled some holes there and a little bit of wiring, which I didn't do any of the wiring. And I had my buddy Stuart come over, and he rewired this thing. I got a key switch for it. And then I originally wired my lights and everything on it, and it was bad. It was a rat's nest of wires. So he come back and fix this all up. Well, I originally didn't give Stuart a wiring diagram of the engine, and I kind of told him what was what, how to wire it, I guess. I'm telling him what to do, and I don't know how to do it, but we ended up putting positive signal from the battery to the ignition coil, which resulted in burning up the ignition coil because it's a grounded mechanism that when it sees the magneto, it gets positive that way. So it ended up frying that. So then I ended up having to go and get a new ignition coil, which was not a bad deal. It's only like $7. And then I was having starter issues. I'm like, what the heck is going on with this thing? Well, it turns out that this old car battery of mine died. And then my dad's 1960s battery charger that has been old faithful and never let me down, took a poop, don't work no more. So then I'm like, crap, I don't have nothing to charge my battery. So I ended up going to Harbor Freight. I bought a new battery charger, and I don't know what the big deal about that $150 battery charger is, but it revived the battery that was in the golf cart, and it works now. So yeah, I'll give this thing a good start for you guys. But before I start it, I want to show you guys my custom exhaust job. And I'm not a fabricator by any means. I got a welder, I got a grinder, and a sawzall. So I can cut metal and I can fuse it together, but I'm not a welder and I'm not a fabricator. So I ended up using the factory muffler on this thing because I didn't want it really loud. London drives it, and loud things kind of tend to scare her. So I ended up getting a pre-bent, mandrel bent exhaust kit for like a pit bike. And then I ended up getting a pit bike muffler. So a little fart can there. I wanted to mount it like on the back of this, and I have it kind of pointed out, kind of like the Toyota Supras do. But since my motor and my body are on different platforms of the suspension, that wouldn't be able to work because the body will move, the motor moves, and it wouldn't ever work unless you like flex piped it or whatever. But I ended up just mounting it to the rear end right there. I just got a piece of little angle iron and I welded it to the rear end and put a nutsert in there, and this sticks that way. And so it's essentially got two mufflers on it. I did remove the governor on this, so instead of running, I believe these run factory at like 36 or 3900 RPMs. Removing the governor, removing the gears out of it and everything like this, I believe this thing will rev up to 6900 RPMs. And I've already been out test driving this thing, and I did 37 mile an hour in it the other day off my phone GPS, and it was floating valves. It sounded horrible. So the stock valve springs in that motor are not strong enough to hold the pressure and the RPMs of what it's not supposed to do. So they do make an upgraded spring kit on this thing. I think I'm going to have to go buy those if I want to get a couple more mile an hour out of it. But I do believe this thing will run 45 mile an hour maybe when it's all said and done. But I guess I can give you guys a quick start and let you guys hear this thing. It's not very loud, it's kind of cool, and it's kind of peppy. With most golf carts that are gas powered, you literally just turn the key on and you'd hit the gas pedal and they would turn on, and when you'd let off the gas, they'd shut off. But this being the motor that it is now, I had to get a new key switch that actually had a crank in it. So it does have a crank, so you just turn the key. And it's cold-blooded. I haven't started for like a week. And it starts just like that. Might have to use the choke. Might actually have to use the choke. So I might pull this motor up, this engine cover here. I'm going to turn the choke on, and I will start it this way. Here. Give her some gas. Just like that, it starts right up. Just gotta use some choke. And this engine actually, when it's all said and done, like, it'll need the choke first start, but then like the rest of the day it should be fine. So I won't have to be lifting the engine cover up all the time to choke it. But if it does come to the point where I do need to do that, I'm gonna figure out a cable system to just turn the choke on and off with a cable on the dash. So that would be easy that way. But as you guys can tell, it's running, and it's not very loud. It's cold-blooded, like I said. This is the custom exhaust that I was telling you about. It comes out down here. And it don't sound bad. You mainly hear everything running through that. You can kind of hear the valve springs a little bit, but it is what it is. So with this golf cart, I'll turn it off here in a second. With this golf cart being motor swapped now, there's only one thing I was lacking on. And if you guys can take a look at it, this thing's got ugly green spray painted wheels. So I got dumb. I took the hubcaps off. I spray painted the hubcaps black. And then I painted the wheels green because I had some green spray paint laying around. Being a dummy that I am, that's what I did. But with the new 2024 season starting, the new motor, the new heart and the golf cart and everything, I was like, hey, this thing needs an upgrade in the wheel department. So I went online, I was looking at some companies, and I actually got in touch with this one company called Steeleng Golf Carts. So Steeleng has a big online store. They sell a crap ton of aftermarket accessories for golf carts, wheels, tires, rear seats that fold down to make it a flatbed, fold up, just everything. Like, I went on their store and they had thousands and thousands of products for hundreds and hundreds of different golf carts, brands, and different styles, whatnot. But I reached out to them because I found a set of wheels that I really, really liked. And I got talking to them, and they decided to jump on board and help me out in the wheel department. So what I have in this box that you guys seen as my thumbnail is some wheels and tires. But what style are they? If you guys know me, take a guess now in the comments below without watching the video and kind of figure out what style wheels I got. Are they chrome? Are they black? Do they have big lip on them? Do they have some mud tires on them? I don't know. But let's get to opening this up so I can show you how cool these really are. Pull out my safety cutting device and we'll just cut this box open. So I want you guys to take a look at Steeleng, and I'll tag their websites and their eBay store in the description below. So all you gotta do is go down there, click on it. You guys can see all the accessories, all the things they make for these things. And what's really cool about these wheels, I'll show you here in a second as soon as I get them out, but they actually have their own line of something, and it is in this box. So I'm gonna continue opening this thing up because I know what they look like, and I can't wait to show you guys. So I'm gonna open it up. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but holy smokes. Those are freaking awesome. So they are SS wheels. They're all black, gloss black, I would say. They do got like the little rivets for like a beadlock looking style. They do got center caps that come in and out. But what is really cool about this setup is that Steeleng actually has their own tire line. So Steeleng has these wheels wrapped up in their tires. So that's really, really cool about this setup that they sent me. And they got their lug nuts. I believe we got the black lug nuts and everything like this in this box. So I'm gonna get to installing these wheels and tires so I can show you guys how they look on this golf cart. We won't be needing this where we're going. Look how awful these wheels look. I don't know what I was thinking when I painted them, but it is what it is. Set those right there. Get these and we'll just get rid of those things. So, I got the center caps in these wheels already, and we'll just put them on here. Woo! Look at that. Holy smokes, these look good. I could have went with the 14-inch tall wheel, but I didn't know how tall the tires were actually going to be on it, so I went with the 12-inch wheel with their low pro tire. I think it'll look good, but I'm going to get this tire all bolted up and get going on the other side. And I'm not going to bore you guys with the install of all the tires. So next time you guys see this thing, as soon as I stop touching buttons on the camera, next time you guys see this thing, I will have it on the ground with all 4 wheels and tires installed. So give me just a second and I'll be right back with you guys. I just finished up wrapping up the wheels and tires on this thing, and dang, does that look freaking good. So I want to thank Steeleng again for sending these wheels and tires, getting this golf cart kind of up to what I want it to be. It's pretty much almost done. There is maybe a couple things I want to do yet. I'm not going to tell you guys yet, but yeah, this thing is almost done. I don't have the rear seat on it right now, as one of the things I want to do involves that still as well. It's sitting right there on the bench over there, kind of in a mess of stuff. I have a mess of things over here going on. A lot of things in the future plans that you guys might not know about, and you guys need to stay tuned for, because it's going to be coming. A lot of big things coming. A lot of cool things are coming. But yeah, I want to thank Steeleng once again for sending me these wheels and tires, getting this golf cart looking fly. I thank you guys for watching this, but you know, once it stopped being negative 34 degrees out, wind chill outside, we might go have a shred session in this golf cart, sliding the corners in the neighborhood, tearing the neighborhood up on the streets. So London and I will probably put our cubbies on and we'll go slide some corners, drift this thing around, because this thing is wild. But then again, before I get off, head over to Mr. Eazy S10.com. Go get yourself a pre-ordered shirt, hoodie, and until next time, guys, I thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.